Yo, my name's Bboy Leonidas. Come from Orem, Utah. I've been breaking since '98, and I'm from the Abstract Disciples crew. The scene back then was dope. You know, coming up after that, we would just, me and my crew, we would go around when we're a little bit more established. We'd go and go to dances, go to clubs. We'd find any b-boy, anybody that danced, and just battle. We didn't really care who you were. We saw a circle, and you were kind of good or you were good. Guess what? It's either me, Brian, Nancy. Somebody's gonna call you out. You know what I mean? Whoever's the hungriest, that's how it was. We get in a lot of fights. I don't condone fighting, but you know what I mean? Like, that's how hyped we would get. I mean, we would go in the middle of like concerts or like hip-hop shows or just dances where it's so crowded, and we get in there and we would just make a huge circle. And luckily, we had DiMaggio there, and he would always back us up. So everyone was scared of him, so everybody would move when we were there. So, but yeah, it was dope. We would always just battle. And the breaking scene, like the battle scene, was fresh, you know what I mean? Everybody was coming up with original stuff, trying to come at Killer Gorillas, trying to come at FBI when I was first coming up, and then around 03, 04, it kind of died out a bit. Yeah, the crew was dope. My crew, I love my crew. They're family. First, I thank God every day for them. They helped us, helped me. We helped each other get through a lot of like life stuff. You know what I mean? But we started. It was originally me, Brian, and Dave DiMaggio. You all know him by DiMaggio. I call him Dave. Sorry, Dave. But so high school, we were just breaking. We became really good friends, and then David was into graffiti. He would go around tagging. I'm not gonna tell you his tagging name, but I still remember it. And this other kid named Mike Wilson from Pleasant Grove, and he was breaking too. So we would all just break and tag and go to bed at 4 in the morning, you know, do kid stuff. Then one day, Mike and Dave, they're like, yo, we should name ourselves because we're always together. And we're like, yeah, we should make a crew, the graffiti crew. And they're like, what about Abstract Disciples? And I'm like, that's dope. What does abstract mean? Because we're all different. And we were. Mike was Asian. I was, you know, Latino, black. Dave was Samoan, and Brian was the white boy. And that's how it was. And Disciples is that we always be a student of the game, always be humble to it. So we stuck to that, and we started entering jams as Abstract Disciples. And then David started doing his own thing, Mike started doing his own thing. You know, God bless, and I'm really thankful for them because they contributed to our legacy. And then we met Nancy and Samoa and Cheeto and Beast Lee, and Nancy probably is the one I could give credit to that got us on the map in the scene here in Utah as far as putting in the work, putting in the efforts, making the time to plan for trips, putting in the money. You know what I mean? She was our backbone. She was our foundation for the crew. So I really just have to give it up for her. I really appreciate her for that. I was teaching the other kids how to get, you know, how to battle and stuff, and then we'd put them down. But yeah, I mean, that's how we established. That was like 04, 05, 06, 07. Then around 09, we met Yuya. You know, Japan represent. You know what I'm saying? He had an ill flavor, and we just connected, and we just put him down. And we met Sid. Or Sid was always, you know, around, but we're just like, Sid's dope. He's practicing with us, and he wanted to get down with the crew. So we were like, yo, let's put Sid down. So we got him down, and then Shunta was the last one, the very last one, and he's like the baby. But you know what I mean? Like we're still a crew. We're still a family. You know, we're always connected, even though some members don't break anymore. I always hold it down for my crew because of what they've done for my life and what I've done in theirs. You know, it's just mad respect and mad love all the time, you know what I mean? My first really major battle was at Bricks, and it wasn't even a battle. It was just like an exhibition, like homies getting together. It wasn't a jam. I was 16, 17, and I had my little school ID, and I just walked, and they let me in with it. And I remember seeing Terry, Critter, meeting Sid, Mouse. I remember Moses, all those guys, just in this little box breaking, this little box of a dance floor breaking, and we battled. And I didn't know how to battle, but I tried so hard, you know. And Terry was just giving me mad love. I remember, you know, he was so dope and he was so nice to me, and that was one of the biggest like things I realized I wanted to do was battle, because I love battling. And I was like, oh, this is battling? This is dope, you know? Like, I get it now, you know? And so after that, like, we won my first jam I've ever won. That was a big thing for me. It was in a car show battle. I think that was 01, 02. I got the little trophy still, and we beat Tanner and Cade, and that was probably an achievement for me. I was really appreciative of that. The most memorable battle, Cypher battle, is, man, there's so many. I'm trying to remember. I think it was with Knucklehead, or not Knucklehead, I'm so sorry, with Body Rock, with Eric. That was probably the best one, because I wanted to battle Eric for a while. In a Cypher, no, not competition, just go. And Body Rock too, just, you know, out of respect and just the love, you know what I mean? And we went rounds, you know, me, when I was in Killer Girls at the time, Tanner, you know what I'm saying, their crew and our crew just going at it, and that was fun. Like, that was mad fun. I had such a great time just, you know, getting that experience, you know, getting that, all that out, and, you know what I mean, just having fun at that time. So, well, in the battle aspect, for me, everyone's my rival. If you're not in my crew, you're a rival. That's our mentality. Always will be too. We don't look at people as homies. As soon as we get on the jam, they're not homies anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we may shake your hand and stuff, but it's business. You know what I mean? It's all business. It's all about keeping our energy together, keeping our crew together. You know what I'm saying? Keeping our minds together. You know what I mean? Big rival for me back in the day was Chacho. He was the one that was he was never scared. He was the one that was put the rawest, you know, he was just coming after me. Every time we battled, it was almost a fight, you know, and I loved it. It was just awesome, that energy, you know. And Miguel was definitely better than me, but I felt like he had that respect of battling with me, you know, battling against me, just put it on, knowing what he needed to do. And so I respected that, because he didn't look at me as, you know what I mean, like a lower class or anything. He was just like, oh snap, it's Leo, I better put my game face on, you know. And I respected that a lot. Tanner was kind of a rival, but he was always off and on with between me and him. Lots of respect though. I mean, yeah, he talks trash and all that, but you know what? He means well, and I love it, because he says what we're afraid to say. And straight up, like, I like battling Tanner, because he's a challenge to me. He's like that big, he's like, I'm Wolverine, he's Sabretooth, you know what I'm saying? That's how we get down, you know what I mean? But it's always that common respect when we're not on the floor battling each other, you know what I mean? Yo, my inspiration, well, one, now is definitely God. It's definitely God. The word of God to me, it inspires me. Because there's a verse that says, who shall I fear but the Lord? And I really take that to heart, because now I think fear is your biggest weakness. And should you fear about the person that's for you? You know what I'm saying? I respect that, and it helps me a lot. My inspirations coming up were definitely Kung Fu, definitely music, all sorts of music. I try to dance to I try to hit every beat, dance to any song I could that I felt that was a challenge. B-Boys, one was B-Boy Remind, B-Boy Crumbs, K-Mel, Ivan, you know, Ground Zero, man, there's so many. Wicked, Flowmaster, you know what I mean, those guys. It's mostly West Coast, you know what I mean. K-Mel's the exception, but, you know, even kind of the newer cats, mid-generation, like Casper, you know what I'm saying, they still inspire me. I like the scene. I am happy with the unity that everybody has. I'm not condoning animosity to anybody, but at the same time, I feel like the rawness is kind of escaped. The originality is kind of escaped, where people are now, they're working on moves that have already been done, that's kind of paved, and I feel like it's cool to have a move, but once you get that move, like, completely flip it, make it yours, make it identify to everybody else that it's your move. I feel that we're lacking that. I feel that the OGs have a part in that. I feel that we need to be preaching that as much as we possibly can, and holding the kids accountable for it. I feel like that's our job if we're going to pass down the younger generations. If we're going to have a battle for the young gen, then it's our job to also tell them that they're a biter, you know, or they're biting. And it's not about telling them that they're whack, it's about telling them that the truth, so they can improve, you know what I'm saying? If they truly love this dance, they're gonna flip it and make it theirs, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think calling someone a biter is mean. I think someone calling a biter is actually just being real and loving on them, instead of it just being like, yo, you're whack. I think being told you're whack is even not even offensive. I think it's just saying, hey, you need improvement. You know what I mean? You need to take it that way. You can't go home and be like, oh, Leonidas said I was whack. No, dude, you can't do that. You go home and be like, oh, he said I was whack. Well, I'm gonna show him. You know what I mean? That's the inspiration. I think the kids should have that inspiration to call each other out, to challenge each other, to be homies, but like when you're battling, not even competition, the cipher, and you're like, yo, that feels kind of fighting right now. I'm gonna let him know. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, because that's, you know, you're accomplishing something and that person's learning something and accomplish something too. So I feel like that's the difference between then and now, is that we'd be like, yo, that's whack, that's a bite, fool. You know that's a bite. You know, I know what video you got it from. You know what I mean? We know. And the OGs, like, I feel like, again, tell your students, tell your proteges, tell whoever you can, be like, yo, be original, don't bite. I know we may have difference in opinions, but seriously tell them, be like, yo, that's freaking Bboy's move or whatever, you know, and I could show you, and teach them how to flip it. That's what's I feel that's gonna make our scene more aggressive, more better, and it's gonna put it on Vegas, put it on Sacramento, you know what I mean? Because right now they're working us, you know what I mean? And I don't like it. I wanna go to Vegas and be like, yo, Hart just killed it, you know what I mean? Just smoke these fools, you know what I mean? I want this Hone style, you know what I mean? I want to be able to say that. And that's just an example. I'm not using him as, you know, that he's whack or anything like that. I'm just making that point, you know what I mean? Shout out to Salt Lake scene, you know what I mean? Keep it raw, keep it original, you know, don't bite, you know what I'm saying? Just have fun, you know what I mean? Don't be so critical, but just remember the dance is about originality. The hip-hop culture is about what you bring to the table, not about what somebody's already brought. It's what you bring, and you have to remember that. So that's my only advice, is watch what you're doing, you know what I mean? And just remember, like, hopefully now kids will get hungry and there'll be an aspect where no one's safe when they walk into a jam. Peace, ABC, God bless.